All right, this is a little bit of the Cades Cove Loop Road. Glad everybody showed up for today's ride. We're celebrating 250 years of America. And this is a little place called Cades Cove on the backside of the Great Smoky Mountains. There's some horses. I don't think that we need to stop for those. Might come across some bear, some deer, maybe some elk. Oh, we got Mrs. OldMan watching our 6. She's got herself some bear spray, y'all, just in case. She's all dressed up like Laura Croft. Probably in there right now making all the kind of noises that Laura Croft makes. But like I was saying, this is Cades Cove. It's an area that was basically inhabited up until about the 40s. I think that's when the school and the post office closed down, and once that closed down, it really was pretty much the end of everything. We're kind of trying to find a little bit more wildlife. Folks say there's a lot of Bigfoot out here. Now, I personally haven't seen any Bigfoot the whole time I've been here. Let me know in the comments, though, if you've ever seen a Bigfoot anytime you've come out to Cades Cove. Now, there is an area back in here that is a hiking trail that leads to Abram Falls. But Abram Falls, that is an 11-mile hike to get to the actual the falls. I don't really think that that's something that we will be doing today. I probably wouldn't see a lot of e-bikes up here. We did bring the bike via truck, so I didn't ride up here from Knoxville. It's about an hour's drive from Knoxville. It is nice, though, to be quite honest. It's a 90-degree day. Well, it will be. Right now it's about 85, 86 degrees. It's 10 a.m. And so the shade is nice. This is really a nice way to spend Friday morning, where you were given the day off from the job. So what better thing to do than to drive for about an hour and then get stuck in traffic. A lot of times when you see folks stopping like this, it has to do with wildlife of some sort. Now, it could have something to do with the mountainous terrain, and some people don't really know how to drive on the mountainous terrain, and we're going to be putting this e-bike to the test today. Because as you can see, you know, a lot of people don't understand that it's quite complicating to stop on a hill. And we're not really certain as to the why.
You're on a bike, you can go see.
I'll be back. Let's just go see if we can find out what's going on up here. Don't know what they're doing. Looks like an accident or something. This isn't a pull off. Come on now. Shouldn't be blocking the road, guys. Why are we blocking the road? And there's a whole line of traffic back here, guys. Maybe come off the road a little. There's traffic. Yeah, blocking the road. They're blocking the road. Instead of pulling off the road, they're blocking the road to get their pictures.
Oh my gosh, you're just making all the traffic sit there.
Alright, so we are slightly moving along here. There's something off on the side of the road. I think it's probably a black bear. Whatever it was, people just keep stopping in the middle of the road to take their pictures instead of using the pull-offs that are designed for people to pull off the side of the road to take pictures. And if there isn't a pull-off, you're not supposed to be stopping. That's the whole point. We are on a mountainous road here. This isn't a petting zoo. The sad thing about it all is that it's so dark that you cannot see what's in there. So we're doing all this because some other people are stopping and staring. I guess that's why everybody comes here, so they can see a bear. Oh my gosh, it's a bear. Alright. Definitely appreciating the shade that we have on this part of the loop. Hopefully we don't have to deal with any drama. Now, you probably would rather see the drama, right? I mean, you didn't click on this thumbnail just because nothing's gonna happen except an old man riding his e-bike in nature, right? You didn't come here to see that. Come on, high five, high five. Oh, he didn't high five me. He didn't want to high five me. We have currently going about 2.78 miles, max speed of 24 miles an hour, averaging about 6 miles per hour. I'm trying to get that shot of Sasquatch for y'all. I think a lot of people are going to get let down because they probably think this is like one of those drive-through petting zoo things, and they're probably trying to figure out, why didn't we get any food to feed them, right? Because, you know, logically speaking, feeding bear would be wise, right? No, no, it would not. That might have been the only activity that we were going to see today, y'all, and it was just a bunch of shadows off in the woods. This camera is meant for action, so it would do a better job catching, say, like a mountain lion coming across that hill charging at me, than it would to zoom in on a heavily wooded, shaded area. So I apologize, but I hope that you can get some of the beautiful mountain area, right? I hope that's enough to keep you watching through the rest of this video. Again, it's the celebration of America, 250 years. Here we go again. People not knowing how to pull over and just blocking up the road. But it must be something because they're standing up on top of their cars. Let's go find out. Come on, guys. Come on, pull over if you want to look. Plenty of places to pull over. Don't stop the road. All that over something that nobody can even really see, y'all. Is it?
Yes, it's on your sleeve. Okay.
Nothing like a nice, quiet stroll out in the middle of the mountains, middle of nowhere. Just a nice, calm, paved road that on Wednesdays they shut down to all automobile traffic, and people can come out here and walk and ride their bicycles. But real nice shot of the mountains here. I've delivered lots of windows and doors up in there. But I'd say it's so hot right now, any kind of critter, it's in the shade. And if it's in the shade, that means it's trying not to be seen. So we're probably not going to get a lot of wildlife activity. I think people are just really trying really hard. They want to tell themselves that they didn't drive out here for nothing, right? I got to get the shot. I got to find that wildlife shot. Oh yeah, we were talking about bear spray, right? Because Mrs. OldMan has got our 6. She's making sure that there's no critters coming out of the wood line here to attack me. And so of course she brought her bear spray, right? Because that's what you're supposed to have, is bear spray. And I think it got me thinking. There's a funny story about that. So we used to watch these survival shows on the television, these survival programs, right? And one time they had bear spray just in case they come across a bear, but it was the kind that didn't have chemicals in it. It was natural, so that it wouldn't hurt the bear. So it was mostly like cayenne pepper, right? So when they were making their dinner, which was usually like grub worms or like the eyeballs or something in the dead animal that they came across, whatever the case may be, they needed some seasoning, right? So we're gonna pause that right here. We're gonna pull over here and see what we can see over here. Oh. All right, we're gonna take a hydration break. We'll be right back. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna get back on the road here. We might be dealing with some overheating of the camera, so I may have to get the foamy off of it. We'll see. Maybe if we slow down or if we move fast enough. I don't know if there's wildlife or gotta get that Instagram shot. Looks like they're pulled off the road enough. The problem with being around people is being around people. You just really gotta be courteous and not think that your moment is any more valuable than someone else's moment. But what a beautiful area to live in. Again, this was about an hour away from our home in Knoxville, Tennessee. So, yeah, beautiful, right? Try to make sure nothing's going to come out of the woods over here. I used to deliver windows and doors to cabins around here, and yeah, you would have to prepare yourself for bear activity prior to showing up at the cabin. Sure would be nice to have a little piece of property in the mountains, but I think I'd rather see lakefront property instead of the cabins. So man, again, what a beautiful day once you get in this part of the road where you're nice and shaded. The speed limit's 20 miles an hour. You don't have to go 20 miles an hour. You don't have people stopping unnecessarily in front of you, so you can come out here. You can ride safely, responsibly. You don't have to be wheeling and mobbing out with like 300 people. We're not trying to be part of a gang or club. That's what you call it. So the comedic stylings of the Mrs. Old Man. But that way she can stay focused on our 6, right? Because we really want to make sure that we do not end up becoming like what was that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Remnant. Yeah, we don't want to be that. So I don't want to know what kind of courage it takes to stay completely still while you're being mauled. I don't want to know what that's like. So she's focused on our 6. Steep grade. It says to walk bikes. Oh my, we don't want that to happen now, do we? Alright, maybe we'll be able to get some of our dash cam footage that we can see. I don't think I can really do what that guy was doing. That was a nice little downhill breeze though. No energy. We're still sitting on 100% battery, y'all. We got a little bit of regen kicking in every time we hit the brakes on this e-bike. You probably hear it in the background. It's a significantly louder e-bike compared to some of the other models in their line. But this channel, we really don't want to have anything to do with brand specific. I do have another channel that has reviewed most of the lineup, and you'll find it if you look for it. I don't really want to push that channel much anymore. I'm not really trying to be affiliated solely with one company, one brand. So we're going to just post up here on Old Man Riding. And I am very thankful that you showed up for the 250-year celebration of America. Now we've got a little bit of a river right here. So, not river, more like a creek. But again, we've seen those videos where a bear comes running through the Russian forest and attacks the mountain biker, or tries to. Oh, look at that. That's fun. I got distracted. Oh yeah, I did get distracted. Remember? Squirrel. That's what happens a little bit when we are riding around out here with our head on a swivel. Squirrel. We're going to change topics quite frequently. Alright, so there is the Abrams Falls trailhead. If you go to the right, you can go so far, and then you park, and then you walk a hike for about 11 miles, and you'll make it to Abrams Falls. And I've heard that it's a very, very pretty place to go. I don't really want to test my luck out here. I don't know if y'all have seen like Hills Have Eyes or Deliverance. We don't really want to have any of that happening. But we may do this in a 2-part episode, because we are going to also be going to Pigeon Forge, which is just around the bend here on the other side of that mountain. And just so y'all know, anybody from other states that come to this area, it is not Seaverville, it is Sevierville, right? And if you're a local, it's Sevierville, right? And the town that's really close to where we were before we got into Townsend, it's Merville. It looks like it's Maryville, but everybody says Merville. But most importantly, when y'all come down from all of these other places, to come visit the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and you visit Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, not Pigeon Forge, and Sevierville, not Seaverville, okay, Sevierville. All right, so it looks like we have made it to a place where we have facilities. So that would most likely signify to me that we would be at, like, say, the halfway point. So let's just go down this way. Again, we are sitting on 100% battery. We've got 83.3 volts. It definitely looks like there is some facilities up here that we can use if needed. Looks more like the restrooms are there. All right, this has basically been the halfway point. So got a bug. Just cleaned my glasses. All right, we are back on the scenic loop road. That was basically the halfway point. And, you know, we were probably in the middle of a couple of stories, and that was kind of a gold mine. It was a nice gold mine. It was kind of a nice place to actually hydrate, put on some sunblock. Normally we would have on a long sleeve shirt, but it's kind of not necessary out here with all the shade. It's real nice. And again, I'll probably run this as a two-part kind of deal. She probably thought that was me seeing a bear, and it wasn't. So far, no real substantial wildlife moments. Just a nice calm ride. Drinking it all in. Whoa, bug. A lot of this has, you know, hills and areas that you're really not one to stop in the middle of. Come on, bro. What are you guys doing? Can't play chicken. You're not a chicken. I don't know. Hopefully you can hear me now. I had some microphone issues. Oh, the picture man. Oh, the picture man. Always so much to do, but we got it right now. Oh, here we go again. I don't know how he does that. Ugh. It is very steep though. It's a lot steeper than it looks on camera for sure. I don't think that that's how, you know, I would end up over the handlebars like that. But even trying to walk your bike down this would not be real fun. A nice breeze though. I had to take the foamy off, so there might be a little bit more wind noise. It's so warm out here today that it was just overheating the camera, having the foamy on. So hopefully we're not going too, you know, slow or too fast to where the sound would be compromised, not having the Wind Slayer foamy on there. it does a good job at keeping the wind hum as to not being such a nuisance. Oh, bug right in the face. I don't know if I look like prey. I'm in the Vols shirt today. USA. America. I got up to a high rate of speed of 15 miles an hour. My bad. Okay. What a pleasant little ride here. So far, so good. Haven't had much issues with folks being bothered by the going through traffic earlier, where people were just stopping for no reason. You know, not really been hassled a lot over it, so that's nice. And then it, bam, opens wide open into this right here. There's some old-timey houses over there. The Dan Lawson place right over there, still up on blocks, so the water doesn't rot the foundation, I guess. I don't know, I'm not an engineer. Let me know in the comments, all the engineers. Let's go. Alright, so here we are, back out, wide open. Don't really see any of that mom and 3 cubs action that people were talking about earlier. But we do see all that he has created. Wow. And if anybody's interested, this is the DJI Osmo Action Pro 5 that we are using. So it's definitely meant for more action shots than like zoom in to the beauty and awe of your surroundings kind of shots, or like zoom into the wood line and see the mama bear and her 3 cubs that everybody else is talking about. Yeah, I didn't see them. But I'm sure that if you slow the camera footage down just right in some of the shots, you might catch a blur or a blob of pixely fragmented shadows. That could more than likely be like a shapeshifter, I don't know, paranormal activity. I've seen so many of those videos. Ha! Yeah, we were talking about bear repellent earlier. Oh, the Bodyguard. Yeah, my Bodyguard. None of that Kevin Costner stuff. That's my Bodyguard right there. 1980s movie. Maybe you know that reference. We're not just stopping in the road, are we? Oh, we are just stopping in the road. They won't let me do wheelies on the tube. But I guess to some folks, doing like a wheelie around all this old-timey like housing and stuff, that would probably be cool to them. I'm not really the wheeling kind of guy, but I do like to ride it like I used to ride my old BMX or my Huffy. Depending on what side of the track she's on, I reckon. Alright, so we are still going down this road, and you ain't gonna believe it, we still got 100% battery. 83.1 volts. And again, this does have regen on it. Most of the idea of regen on this bike is for saving your brakes, right? Letting the motor slow you down as opposed to having to change your brakes once a month if it's your daily driver, And that's what we bought this e-bike for, was to be our daily driver, because we don't live too far from the JOB. And now you all are getting to see the very first Old Man riding content, and this isn't much further away, and it, you know, gives us a chance to get out here and solidify our relationship by ensuring that we will fight the bear off of the other one. That's love. We're on it. Here we go, y'all. We're at the tunnel. Let's go. Oh, I got dripped on. Some dripped on me. All right, we got it through the tunnel, everybody. Whoa, you're over the line. All right, we have made it over to Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen. We're gonna go in here and see if we can get us a bite to eat. 37 miles, 48 mile per hour top speed, a couple hours worth of ride time. We still had about 54% battery life. Let's go. All right, we're gonna go eat. See you after a while.